Hi everyone, Lisa Haven here, and I've got a huge report, this one specifically in regards to being blacklisted and put on a watch list, something that I myself am on, and many of you, just for simply being a conservative or a Christian or a patriot or even libertarian style views, are all patted in. If you're not part of the New World Order, if you're not part of the liberal, leftist, democratic, progressive, communist slant, then you can guarantee that you are now on their blacklist, their watch list, and things are getting far worse. Let me tell you a few things, and simply by watching channels and whatnot, they even put you on the list. This is something that Facebook has been constructing profiles on you for some time. But here's the thing. Let me tell you what happened just this week alone. I've got two channels who are really great friends of mine. One, Gary Franchi's Next News Network. Well, YouTube, Google giant, has gone in and taken off all money earnings on his channel. This is happening to numerous channels, not just his. This has also happened to High Impact Flicks, except instead of being completely unmonetized, they removed his channel altogether. As you can see on the screen, it says that he's been banned for certain content, disturbing content, whatever they deem, they'll put on there, but they've completely removed, and he had 6 million some odd views a month. These are major channels with millions of views per month, even bigger than mine, that have been taken off because they go against the New World Order, because they stand against corruption. And mind you, High Impact Flicks, he didn't even have 3 strikes and you're out. He had 0, going from 0 to all of a sudden a removal. So the risk is for everyone, and I want to keep you guys aware to that, and his information is below if you need it. But the thing is, and the truth is, they've attacked many channels. Richie from Boston got removed and got put back on, and multiple channels this has happened to, and it keeps intensifying. Even though Donald Trump is there, he can't handle everything, but it seems censorship, at least in the YouTube side, on the Facebook side, on the Twitter side, has gone from bad to worse to even worse. We cannot allow this. Imagine the world that your children live in without any information of what's truly going on. They're seriously trying to suppress it. Not to mention what's going on with InfoWars, who on a daily basis is now battling all kinds of lawsuits from every angle because they're trying to hit him in the pocket for the most part, and to the point where they're making up lies about his channel. Now, he's not the only one. Mark Zuckerberg, who is just disturbing to me, is also on a rampage against. Check out this report from Breitbart.com, and it's titled, "Facebook is now ranking news organizations based off trustworthiness." Now, the report even goes on to detail some of those news organizations that can be trusted. And just a quick note here, if they're saying they can be, you can guarantee not to listen to these news channels, because these are the ones you want to stay away from that have the same liberal leftist agenda as Mark Zuckerberg. But he lists BuzzFeed, The Information Courts, New York Times, Communist News Network or CNN, Wall Street Journal, NBC, Recode, Univision, Barron's, The Daily Beast, The Economist, HuffPost, The Atlantic, The New York Post, and others. Those are the ones, by the way, I'm going to recommend us not watch and not listen to. I am going to stay away from those as far as I can, because most of those are not even true. They're paid propaganda networks. Let's label them what they are. Let's just say, okay, fake news, definitely, but they're propaganda networks. Let's call them the truth. But you want to know what kind of person Mark Zuckerberg really is? Well, let's not forget that he called all his followers mother effers, right? Well, that's something that he did years ago. Well, let's not forget about his other program that was called Facemash. Yeah, if you guys have not heard of Facemash, let him tell you what that is. Here he is talking to a congressman. Take a listen.
What was Facemash, and is it still up and running?
No, Congressman. Facemash was a prank website that I launched in college, in my dorm room, before I started Facebook. There was a movie about this, or it said it was about this. It was of unclear truth. And that claimed that Facemash was somehow connected to the development of Facebook It isn't. It wasn't.
Just
and
coincidental.
Facemash isn't running.
The timing was the same, right? Just coincidental.
It was in 2003.
Okay,
And I
and this
took it
was how you
down,
would
and
rate
it
women?
actually has nothing to do with
You put
Facebook.
up pictures of two women and decide which one was the better, more attractive of the two. Is that right?
Congressman, that is an accurate description of the prank website that I made when I was
Okay,
a sophomore
okay,
in college.
I told you, he is sick to the core. Let's just put one woman's face next to another woman's face, right? Because he admitted, yes, that is an accurate description of the program. Keyword accurate. One woman's face next to another and say who's prettier and who's uglier. Wow, what if your daughter's face came up on that and she had one button less clicked than the other, or 100 buttons less clicked than the other? That is not a prank. Okay, that is hitting to the very core of women and degrading women at such a level. And this is the guy who's talking about what news he's going to classify as good news and what news he's going to classify as bad news and fake news and what's more trustworthy. Mr. Zuckerberg, you have no idea. You are not a prankster. You are a creep when you're gonna make a program or attempt to make a program. Mind you, Facebook got off the ground. Facemash, I don't think did, but this is something, I don't care if you were a sophomore in college, you still did it, comparing one face of a woman to another. That's insanity. But thankfully, there are some people standing against Mark Zuckerberg. Check out this report from Bloomberg.com, and it's titled, Pro-Trump YouTube stars Diamond and Silk sit down with Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg. Thank you. Thank you. And I think more people who have the light like that need to stand up against him and against his New World Order politics, against his fake news bashing, which isn't even real. By the way, he will block conservatives, Christians, patriots, those who support the Second Amendment, those who are libertarians, those who have views that are not liberal views. He'll block all of you, but he'll allow terrorists to thrive. No joke. Check out this report, and this is from Bloomberg.com. Oh, the prior report was from USA Today, to clarify, but this is from Bloomberg. Terrorists are still recruiting on Facebook despite Zuckerberg's reassurance. Hey, if you're a terrorist, you go ahead and open up a Facebook or Twitter page or YouTube channel. That's A-okay. But if you're a patriot and you love America and you love Donald Trump, you can forget about it, right? Because that is what they're doing pretty much on every single network. Drudge, from the Drudge Report, Matt Drudge had something to say about this. He actually sent out a tweet. Take a listen to this tweet. And he states, I fear the future result of Trump's crusade on fake news will be licensing of all reporters, he wrote. Democrats already floated the idea in the Senate pre-Trump. The mop-up on this issue is going to be excruciating. What is Matt Drudge warning us of here? He's saying it's possible that they're going to license reporters. Imagine the repercussions that can have on free speech. You're not allowed to share anything unless you've taken this leftist agenda class, or you're not allowed to do this unless you've paid the government your dues. This is something they're concocting under the radar. And let me just give you a warning. You're probably on the watch list if you have any kind of views, but you cannot be afraid of that. You cannot be afraid to stand against the corruption at that level. If you do, then you've lost the battle. If you do, then what happened in the 1960s when they removed prayer out of school will happen again in a different form. It will be far worse for your children if we don't stand and let our congressmen and our law abiders and everything and let our voices be heard through the ballot box. If you do nothing, evil will thrive. That's a fact. Anyhow, I'd love to get your comments. I'm going to ask you to share this far and wide. I'm going to ask you to subscribe to my backup channel, Lisa Haven Vlogs, because it's possible they could take down this one. Now, I upload videos periodically there, but it's great to have that safe haven as a backup channel. So go to Lisa Haven Vlogs and hit the subscribe button on that also. Also here, YouTube's on a rampage again, doing their typical cleansing, if you will, is what I like to call it now. So make sure you're subscribed and you hit the bell button on each so you get those notifications. Or you can sign up at my website. I'd love to have your email address there. not used for any other purposes than if something happens with the channel, I can send you an email and keep you update on what's going on. And that's lisahaven.news. You can do that there. Also, please don't forget to check out my partner at noblegoldinvestments.com. Yes, they help fund what we do here. We're so unmonetized on our channels that this is the way we're able to stay on air. It's part of what we do. It's part of why I'm here and able to do what I do. So check out noblegoldinvestments.com and you can convert 401ks. There's gold and silver and precious metals, things that I believe in to the hilt. Anyhow, thanks again for tuning in. I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.